forever. Why do I like technology? Hi. Hey, is Grandma there? No, she's getting her hair done. Well, can you come pick me up? No. What do you need? Well, can you do me a favor and bring me my chapstick? No, Napoleon. But my lips hurt real bad. Well, just ask the school nurse. I know she's got like 5 sticks in her drawer. I'm not gonna use hers, you sicko. Bye. Idiot! I ain't voting for him for Record Journal Athlete of the Week. Gosh! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may happen to be tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Meriden Record Journal, and welcome to the Week 7 show of Record Journal Winter Athletes of the Week. Repeat, Winter Athletes of the Week. And Aaron, I know the sun is shining down on my handsome face here, brother, but it is still certainly in the depths of winter on this chilly February morning. We have our final slate of candidates for the winter season. And Aaron, I ain't going to lie to you, kid. This one was tough because it's like the end of the road. And I don't want to leave anybody out. And I know we have the All Record Journal teams coming up. But you know, man, I'm a generous guy. And I'm thinking I can only pick 6. 3 boys, 3 girls, and some kids are going to get left out. And it kind of breaks my heart a little bit. But hey, what can I say? It's been a good winter season. We're looking forward to the postseason. We do have the All Record Journal team. So if your name doesn't get called today, don't despair. Might just turn up on our All Record Journal teams, and chances are good you will. On that note, let us get out after it. Of course, it's the President's Day edition of the Record Journal Athletes of the Week show. And Aaron, if you ask me, who would your 6 picks be for the President's Record Journal Presidents of the Week, I guess, or Presidents of all time, I would have to go in no particular order except for the first: Lincoln, Washington, the 2 Roosevelts, and then maybe Truman, and then a toss-up between LBJ first term and Jefferson first term, but strictly first term for both. Okay, on that little bit of irrelevancy, let's get to what matters. Our final 3 boys, final 3 girls. We're going to start with the girls, and they're all basketball players. We're looking forward to the postseason. It's already started with the conference tournaments. State tournament's going to be here before we know it, Aaron. And the season has seen some seniors cap off fine careers, and also some young kids come up, and probably a little sooner than they expected, such as our first nominee from Cheshire High School, Miss Ella Kulas. Ella Kulas, only a sophomore. When the season started, she wasn't even playing varsity. She was JV, but then you know how things happen. Someone gets hurt, your name gets called, you go up. Aaron, I remember when that happened to me in 7th grade. But Ella, unlike me in 7th grade, did something that, every JV kid dreams of. They dream of being that named, getting their name called up, and going up to varsity and just producing. And 6 games up, she wound up cracking the starting lineup, and really, she's done great. About 9 points a game, and in the regular season finale against Cognachuk, 17 points. That's her season high so far, single game high so far. And they just lost to Guilford in the SEC tournament, but Ella, fine game, 14 points and 8 for 8 at the line, baby. 8 for 8 in the line, including a lot in the 4th quarter when the pressure was on. Congratulations to you, Ella, for a good season, good week. Keep it up. We'll be watching you, kid. You are girls nominee number 1 here in Week 7. Second nominee from Sheehan High School. No question. The Titans go as this young lady goes. She is senior center, Miss Darla Degrasse. And tell you, Aaron, you've seen Sheehan play. Darla, she's been good for 11, 12 points a game. She's a presence in the post, a worthy successor of our Record Journal Girls Basketball Player of the Year, Kaitlyn Hunt. Darla, she got hurt at one point this season, 4 or 5 games, and without her, the Titans just weren't the same team. She came back, 14-point, 16-point game. She had 3 12-point games in a row. It keeps adding up for Darla. We look forward to seeing what you and the Lady Titans can do in the Class MM tournament. Breaks our heart to think that what you could have done in 2020 and 2021, you didn't get a chance. Let's see what you can do in 2022. Darla Degrasse, girls nominee number 2 here in Week 7. Third and final nominee, Aaron, this one, I was going back and forth with a few candidates, And the one thing that was working against this girl, she was already an athlete of the week back in fall because she's such a good volleyball player. And I said, geez, I want to try to spread the wealth out, but I said, I can't deny this girl. I got to go with her because she's had a good 4-year career. She's had a very good senior career. Team's doing very well. She is from Maloney High School, Miss Gracie Massacott. Gracie, good to see you again. I know, Gracie, you were a pick in the fall, and some kids are saying, oh, man, no, she's picked twice. But you know what? Gracie's having a really good season. 4-year senior, great outside shooter. Her and the Spartans, 17-3. What a season this year, and looking forward to seeing what they can do in Class L. But you know what sealed it for me, Aaron? Honestly, she had 12 points against Harding in the regular season finale, and then they had to go play Southington in the first round of the CCC tournament. And, of course, Southington is coached by Howie Hewitt, who won his 500th game. And then turns around, he has to play Maloney in the first round of the CCC tournament, which, of course, is his old school where he coached the boys for so long. And on the other sideline is Gracie, who happens to be his niece. And, Southington had a lead, but then in the second half, Maloney starts coming back. Gracie pops a couple 3-pointers, getting her Uncle Howie all nervous in the service. Southington holds on. But what a season it's been for Gracie and the Spartans. Congratulations, Gracie. You are a well-deserved girls nominee number 3 here in Week 7. Our boys nominees, Aaron, we got some good ones. And I got to say, we have 2 wrestlers because we just had the state class tournament. And the first boy we're going to nominate, he was picked last week, and some things happened that forced me to kind of put him on the sidelines for a while. And I felt bad because it's like, oh, geez, this kid's doing really well, and he deserves to be a pick. But it actually turns out really well. Let's cut right to the chase. He is from Platt High School, the sophomore 152-pounder, Mr. Caden Talento. Caden, I'm glad I waited on you, man. It's like I saw what you did in the regular season, 27-1 going into Class M, and then, hey, you go all the way. Beautiful, man. And Aaron, he went all the way in really dominant style. Won the final 8-2. And, he's only a sophomore, and technically he's a rookie because there was no wrestling last year. Caden comes in. Caden, man, I remember when your Uncle Timmy was wrestling for Maloney. And tell you what, man, keeping the family tradition alive. You are a Class M champion, and you are boys nominee number 1 here in Week 2nd. Our second nominee for the boys, also a wrestler. He was kind of the Cinderella story. Cinderella story here at the Masters. No, at the Class L tournament down in Trumbull. Southington had a number of top seeds, number 1s and number 2s. Our congratulations, of course, to Ben Gore for winning his championship. He was a nominee 2 weeks ago. Our pick this week, this boy right here, Mr. Joe Mazzarella, Big Joe. The center from the football team, 285-pounder. He was a number 6 seed at heavyweight. So you figure, maybe he can get on the podium. Well, Joe gets all the way to the final. He wins in the quarterfinal, 6-1. And then, Aaron, this was my favorite match. He's down 6-1 in the semis and finds his opening, and he sticks a pin. Boom. Joe goes to the final. How about that, man? We love stories like that people weren't expected to really emerge, and Joe did all season long. Joe, I remember when your dad played football. I know your grandfather, Tony, as well. And happy to see you do so well in wrestling this year. You are boys nominee number 2 in Week 7. Our third and final nominee. This one, Aaron, he's the flip side of Gracie Massacott in the sense that I have a good sense that come springtime, we're going to wind up looking at him for Athlete of the Week because he's such a good baseball player. But what he did last week in basketball, we could not wait. From Lyman Hall, senior, Mr. Justin Hackett. He had 26 points against Chester. That was his season high. Until 2 nights later, he scored 28 against Ferrand. 26, 28 adds up to 54. Right, Aaron? My math's not too good, but I know a good player having a good week when I see it. And that was you, Justin Hackett. We're sitting here before a baseball field, and everybody knows Justin from baseball. He's going to Bryant University to play there. Led the Trojans deep into the tournament last year, all the way to the semis. We know you're going to be doing it again in baseball, Justin. But for your exploits in basketball last week, you are our final Record Journal Athlete of the Week nominee for the winter season. And Aaron, that is it. I'm going to take a breath. Wait for the cold wind to blow by my hair because my ears are totally numb now. Let folks know it is Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You have until Sunday at midnight to cast your final ballot for the winter season because we won't see you again until April. You might be saying, oh, thank God for that. Or I'm going to miss you, Carpenter. Well, let's get it real strong voting this last week. Now, through Sunday at midnight at myrecordjournal.com/athletes, vote for our final slate. Massacott, Kulas, Degrasse, Hackett, Talento, and Joe Mazzarella. We'll bring you our winners next week, wrap up the winter season, give a little looky forward ahead to the postseason in basketball and hockey, and then we'll call it a wrap for the winter season. As always, my best to my man Aaron Flom. Aaron, I don't know how you've been able to stand completely still for the last 5 minutes because I am cold and shivering and I need some hot cocoa. Shawnee Crossing, Ron Buck, Robert Gulo, Kevin Arnold, all the guys who are out covering events. Thank you very much for another good season. Folks, we'll bring you the winners next week. Call it a day. Be good.